and all the wonderful people that I wanted, thank you, to show up tonight have. Thank you, Grace. And, as poets, very few of us are able to make any kind of living at it. But it's such an intense personal calling that, most of us just do what we can and make whatever financial sacrifices we have to make to mix whatever jobs we have with the art. And we all do this, and it's nothing to really complain about. It's what we said yes to, and we said yes to. I'm so glad that I dropped out of law school when I was 22 to decide just to be the typical starving artist. It's led to so much happiness. So this night is part of it. Lately, I haven't been writing, how do I put this, the kind of zany, intense, long pieces, some of which I read in the first half, but I've been getting more in touch with my lyrical love of language and writing shorter things. So I'll start out with a few of those from one of my chapbooks, and I don't have any extras, but I have 4 chapbooks now, and if anybody's interested in the future, just let me know, and I'll give you a 2 for $4.99 deal. But I'll just start off with some short ones. Ancestral indigestion. Family organs arouse me more than origins. Edible memory unleashes bloodstream deity. Reality's bullwhip, limp, far from brainlessness. The mirror's evil laser beam from existence. Great-grandma was fond of snorting NutraSweet. She smelled like vodka, Red Bull, rotting things. Her afterworld ancestors begged for dollar bills. She paper airplane pennies towards their dreams. Poems scribbled the underbellies and wings. Scorched but edible, they reached hell in a week. What the pale horse beheld at the end. 5-year-old's finger painting mutation, brain grenades, pins pulled, poised. God the knot giggles in her nowhere, and assured gloom overhangs all. Lightning's remissions not for long. Robots readied for conflagration, and optimism's considered garbage. Entropy. Besieged by entity wind and the fantasy of insignificance, loopholes for sadness I forgot to guard. All it took was a cloud, a shriveled flower, a leak somewhere in the body's heaviness, the coffee too weak, and the memory of electricity's dominion. Amid frayed shoelaces and looming last solstice, this wounding, impalpable howls. Like full moon, end time you who refused pessimism's evidence, you with loud thoughts, spider shells, scribbling plath, mad New Jerusalems while I intellectualize orgasm. (2112). This 2012 was a big disappointment, wasn't it? The Mayans were wrong, but maybe they were 100 years off. She was a bird in a world that would kill itself, so she ditched the cage and the dunce capped, ditched the morphine-drip deathbed music, shouldered security killjoys into the shithole, flew to the sun which provided happy asylum. All the governments pursued with weapons. Courage was a global capital offense. But the sun had eagles' nests for her to hide in, and held the dying planet's cowards in contempt. Good thing she didn't trust her mother. Her mother, rooted on the government's pursuit. Her father pursued machine image oblivion. She didn't grieve for her parents' wasted lives or for her planet once the sun incinerated it. By the way, just got back from Michigan visiting my parents. I love my parents, although I do include them in some of my poems in a not so loving way, and that's just another one of those things you sign up for when you become a poet and you have to map the subjective world, love is complicated sometimes. The river Levy. The laughter I loved and eyes obscure are sailing away in that old black boat with skeleton at helm, silent, sure, black hood fluttering exhausted skull, down that still black river, away, away, I am left considering the singing, birds confused, you muted, away, same sky changing, temperature same, the wind at the door, and nothing more. Wednesday's uncertain universe. Your heart's an octave off, and stories of the dead bore me. A Vonnegut character portrayed one's awareness by painting an unwavering band of light. Cockroach, cocktail waitress, God, each a band of light, unwavering. Isn't that a beautiful idea? Too bad most unwavering bands of light waver badly. Rainbows are insubstantial illusions, I said. Wanna bet? You said? Then he yanked one out of the sky and choked me with it. Now the wind is here and you are not. The wind is here and you are not. My mind needed a nexus of reference to process your vanishing. So I created time, exited stage nowhere. The objective world needs no torch. Hope drooling blue from cigarette, imbibing strange visions without counsel. Clothed in music, twirling. Fork-tongued and twice-gendered. She had faculties lacking in other machines. She renamed things. Parts of things and whole things. She named her mind Punchline Machine. She named humanity the last asterisk. She smiled, said alien aid is far away. Thanks. I think the last two poems I'm going to read are for probably my two greatest supporters and influences on me as a writer in person ever. First is for my friend Dennis McBride. You've been a father for me, a father in poetry. How lucky am I? Deep End for Dennis McBride. I am 5 years old. I can't swim. The water is deeper than me. I float on a raft, and it's one violent shove, and I'm under. Choking, kicking. God grabs my little waist and thrusts me up into the air. I can breathe. Breathe. The God who saves me is the same God who shoved me in. He's my dad, and he's laughing. I'm silent. As my little white teeth chatter, I make rage a part of my body I'll never show to no one. Dad says, Mikey, I did that so you remember to never be cruel to others. I'm silent. I take his words to a quiet place of shame I'll never show to no one. Never. We stand looking out on Lake Huron. You see where the water turns dark, Mikey, dark blue, almost black. We call that the drop-off. Don't go there. Don't risk it. 1 second you're safe, the next you're in too deep. The undertow grabs your feet and you're a goner. What is left of my original courage is tossed in the trash with the guts of the fish we killed for lunch. 1 week later, the air is thick with chlorine and I'm gagging. My first swimming lesson. I can't do this. I can't swim. I can't tell my parents I can't do this. The swimming pool has its own drop-off called the Deep End. I stand there, shivering in swimsuit, skinny boy with platinum hair, shivering, silent. Loud, confident children brush past me. God, the instructor, barks us into the water. I set my Bugs Bunny towel on the bench. A little girl discerns my terror and smiles sweetly as if to say, shh, it's okay to be scared. She was my first love. I follow everyone into the shallow end. I am last one in. The kids splash till the whistle blows. God, the instructor barks. By the last day of the course, you'll know how to swim, and each of you will prove it by diving into the deep end. For 3 weeks, I don't sleep or eat much. I ask God to take my soul if I should die. I listen to the instructor God. I try my best. I still can't swim. And the great terrible day of the Lord is at hand. Come on, Mike, you're up. God, the instructor, commands. I climb the 3-step ladder of the diving board, tremble my way to the edge, look down into the dark water, take the deepest breath my little lungs can take. Take my soul, God. I am a good boy. Take my soul. I drop off, go under, straight to the bottom. I kick, flail, can't break the surface where the world is. I can't hold my breath no more. Then God, the instructor, dives in and saves me. The sound of salvation is the sound of shame. The first girl I ever loved is pointing and laughing at me. Hee hee, you can't swim. Ha, you can't swim. You can't swim. But I can breathe. Grow up. Play it safe. Stick to the shallow end of the pond. Be a straight A, little parrot. Wait till the white man barks. Walk. Shut my mouth when I'm supposed to. Work hard at a safe career. Work hard. Find a safe girl to marry. Make a safe child. Safe house. Take shit. Be safe till the end of days. I can't fight this. I'll shut my eyes. Suck my thumb. Forget the deep end. It took a long fucking time, but I learned to fight back. Remembered the power of no. Look me in the eyes, Father God the coward. See, I'm not ashamed, not afraid. The drop-off is right here. Now watch me leap into the deep, dark water. No God can drag me back to the shallows now. It will surely die if it tries. I am poison to its kind, and my deep-end friends are here with me. Drunk, naked, joy, pain. We are swimming. There is no life raft for us. All we have is our guts. When you're 5 years old and the first little girl that you love, because you're already a hopeless romantic, laughs and points at you in public, I guess you either kill yourself or become a poet. Kind of like when Rainer Maria Rilke's mother dressed him up in a little girl's dress because she secretly wanted a girl, which is why she said his last name was Maria, plus about 17 other female names. And she would have him come in his girl's dress and play piano for her. That's why Rainer Maria Rilke became a poet. So I'll end with one more. My friend Robin, who's happy in Chicago now, moved to Amsterdam about 3 years ago. Probably the greatest courage teacher in my life, and helped me so much with my writing. We used to go to the open mics in Portland together, 2007, Tony's Tavern. For 5 years, I had a front row seat to her courage in changing her gender, which was a new experience for me. And I saw that courage and was inspired by it, and I saw the suffering involved daily, the price she paid for that courage. And it changed me. It made me want to become a better writer and a better man. And I think At the very least, I can honor probably the greatest love of my life by at least trying to have courage as a writer. So this is for Robin, my hero. I'd like to write nice someday. A poem to share with my parents, non-offensive to their suburb slave camp America. I'd like to write about trees, magnificent, multifoliate trees, naked, sunny, sweaty, spread-legged trees beckoning with come-hither crotches. But when I see trees, I see broken fingers and bunches ripping out of the suffering ground, tortured, insomniac, drowned, trees that scream not to be. To be a wandering corpse is my dream. To be a zombie writing poems on the complex metaphysics of eating brains. You, Christ nailed to a broken middle finger, I come for you with my own good news. I go back to year zero, stab you in the manger, squeal, squeal, warmongering God, squeal, squeal, adversary of free mind in the cocked vagina sunrise. I am smiling. I eat your brain. I'd like to write nice someday. A brief lyrical piece about my ex-wife, how sublime the sun bleeds on the chains of our domesticity, gashes in the wall where your hurled knives strike, how wide you spread your legs for others our whole time, while I slaved to pay for our whole time, the stars you scoop from my mind and toss in the trash I can't get back. The same I do to you. We are sane, tight and cold as our final draft. No more commingling in the kitchen. No more moaning amid night radiance as one hot, wet organism. No more grace. I'd like to write nice someday. I'd like to not languish when I wake. porninthemorning.com/languish. I jack off twice by noon. Finish this poem. Jack off again. Languish till I'm back on stage. 6 minutes to thrive. There's a new smoking hot poet in town. It would never work. She's an alpha female. Guess I'll go back to my little notebook and beer. Keep my crush on the page where it's safe. Oh, dark Lord, let me languish no more. Breathe deep your dark music into my lungs that I may sing something true. A girl giggling in the waves before the rage of going mute. My shoulders slouch from the weight. Take this rage away. I'd like to write nice someday. There, a robin on a branch with a worm in her beak. In her brain are pretty constellations. Each is named, she named one for me. She taught me how to sing, not pretty things, true things. The true is not always pretty, my robin taught me. My robin is the prettiest bird in the world, shape-shifting, tender, wild, Emily Dickinson, pansexually risen, hatching from the prison, moonward she rises. The worm in her beak is me, the sun on the leaves is blood, flesh made words, words made flesh, conjugal of robin and worm illicit, crazy mashing bestiality of lives, crazy. I'd like to write nice someday, but when I wait, the robin at my side has tears which glaze the feathers of her face. I nuzzle against them. I try to lick them back to happiness. Too much. I can't lick fast enough. My face should not have feathers, she says. My face is ugly, my feathers ugly. Not true. You are the prettiest bird in the world. Ain't nothing gonna stop you now. I desire the suffering ground happy. Every God-forsaken leaf, robin, worm. It's too much. Cold draft. I can't. I lack. I crack. Swallow me down, robin. Make me not be. Neither robin on the branch, nor robin in my bed act as I wish. They simply smile from their stanzas. They are poems with a lot of shit in them. They are words made flesh. They keep me alive with the rage and blaze of life. My life, ranting, cunt, and fuck on the mic, poems I can't show my parents. Someday, I'd like to write nice. Today is not. There's languish to lick. Heat on a plate, high, hot, pressed to my face. Lust, fear, pain. Thanks, guys.